Hi guys, so today I wanted to film a little video that I have kind of had on my mind lately. I actually put a blog post up about it a few months back, but I wanted to come on here and just kind of elaborate a little bit and just bring some things up in video form for you guys instead of just on the blog. Of course, I'll leave a link down below to my blog. I have lots of posts on there about all kinds of things if you guys are interested. So the topic for today's video is 5 ways that I've changed since becoming a mom. And let me just say right off the bat that I never would have imagined how much I would change before I became a mom. Even while I was pregnant, I really didn't think that it was gonna be that big of a difference. Not necessarily just in my life, just like my routine and things or my environment, but mentally and me as a person, I didn't realize how much change that was going to take place. These aren't in any particular order or anything, but let's go with number 1 and say my priorities have changed. And this is one thing that I think surprised me the most. And if you have come to this channel because of my beauty channel, you might have already realized this because I don't feel the urge to buy new clothes or buy new makeup or buy stuff for me as much as I did before. Like before I had Calvin, I really was a self-centered person. Everything was about me. You know, I mean, I was married and I was in a relationship with with Justin forever and ever before we got married. And yet everything really was just about what I wanted. It wasn't really so much about the family unit growing together, if that makes sense. Like now it's more about what's best for the family, what's going to be the best way for us to spend our money, for us to spend our time. And it's not about chasing down the newest lipsticks or going to every Walgreens in a 20-mile radius to find this limited edition thing, or, you know, like, it's just weird. I never would have expected this, but I think more about the money that I'm spending, and I'd rather buy clothes for Calvin because he grows out of his other clothes, like he actually needs clothes, than to just buy clothes for me because I want a new clothing item. Another way I've changed is my body, physically, which is to be expected, right? But I really had this unrealistic idea that my body was gonna go back to being normal like within 6 months. Like I thought for sure in 6 months I'm gonna be right back to where I was. But I mean, I'm sure some people are like that, but not me. I gained over 50 pounds with Calvin when I was pregnant with Calvin, and when I got pregnant this time around, I was still 10 pounds, about 10 pounds heavier than I wanted to be to get pregnant the second time. Not that that's something that my second pregnancy was riding on, but just I'd rather be back to a better weight when I got pregnant the second time, and I wasn't quite down to that just yet. And it's not just about the weight, like stretch marks did not just appear on my belly. I know everyone is different, but for me, I have stretch marks all over my thighs, all over, you know, like the outer parts of my thighs, the inner parts of my thighs, my belly, my boobs, you know. I feel like I have stretch marks on every single inch of my body, and they have faded, but like seriously, I slathered my whole body with freaking coconut oil, body butters, lotions every single stinking day I was pregnant. And I still ended up with a million stretch marks. So that's just kind of what happens. And although I wouldn't say that I'm like totally in the acceptance mode of that, especially seeing as I'm like 12 weeks pregnant with baby number 2, but it's been a journey to accept my new body. And I know that one day, you know, maybe when we're done having kids, I'll actually get back into working out and, you know, take care of my body and stuff, but things change. I really didn't realize how much I would physically be different than I was before. Number 3, I have learned that being a calm mother is a very hard thing to do. Mommies who never holler, who are always very patient and gentle and loving with their children, I envy you, because I freak out sometimes. There are some times that I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But I always try to ground myself, and I apologize to Calvin for hollering at him, but I'm like, I'm just like a broken record. Like, I want to be a good mom. I don't want to holler at you. I don't want to freak out on you, but you drive me crazy sometimes. So no matter how much I wanted to be that like super calm mommy who's like very understanding and very patient, I have struggled with that. I mean, I try my very best, but it is hard. It is a hard thing to just imagine yourself being this really nice mom and then like actually being the dreamy mom that you have in your mind. Another thing that really surprised me is that I don't care what other people think of me anymore. Like, I was always a very shy person. Like, I hated giving speeches and stuff in classes. Like, that was like literally the biggest, horriblest, terriblest thing ever, like ever giving presentations and stuff. But like now, like if I thought the way I thought when I was pregnant or before I was pregnant was like, if I take Calvin to Walmart and he starts freaking the F out when we're in the middle of Walmart, I'm gonna be so embarrassed and get all red cheeked and like freak the F out that he's freaking out and it's gonna be a terrible situation. But I really don't care. I mean, I don't want him freaking out in the middle of Walmart, but if he does, I'm not really, I don't know, it's not a big deal. I don't really care. He's a baby. Like, if other people don't understand that babies freak the F out, then that's their own problem, you know? And that's one thing that I've noticed kind of a difference between me and my husband is that, like, we were just at Denny's last night and Cal, he wasn't being bad, but he likes to scream. He's very loud. He wants to express how he feels. And in the middle of Denny's, in the middle of a restaurant, Justin gets mad. Justin gets embarrassed of him and he, you know, tries to tell him to be quiet. And like, if he screams, he like covers his mouth and like, and I'm over here just like, just let him go. I don't care. Which I never, ever, ever would have expected to feel that way. I thought for sure I'd be the person who was like super embarrassed of him freaking out, but I really don't care. It doesn't bother me that much. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would, like definitely. And lastly, I do want to leave this video on a positive note, and I don't want to like get emotional and stuff, but I've realized that I'm like way stronger than I thought I was, like emotionally. Like, being a mom is hard work. Like, even if you're not a stay-at-home mom and you're like always there with baby, working outside the home is very stressful, and then coming home and having to take care of everything. Like, being a mom in general, no matter how you are a mom, if you're inside the home or outside the home or working and watching the kids or whatever you're doing, like, moms are tough. Like, seriously. Like, I thought college was stressful. Like, I remember the amount of stress that I had on me all the time in college. Like, it doesn't even compare to being a mother. Like, and it's not like a bad stressful either. It's not like I'm constantly like nervous and wrecked, you know, but it's just a different, like, you're responsible for a whole nother person. Like, maybe you're married and, you know, you're kind of responsible for your spouse, you know, you kind of got to take care of each other, but like, this tiny person cannot take care of himself. You are in charge of him, and you have to make sure that he grows up and doesn't, you know, die, doesn't starve, doesn't, you know, get into trouble, you know, like, you are responsible for this tiny little person, and it's emotionally draining. Like, it really is. It's not just physically tiring to be like chasing a toddler. Like, since Calvin learned to walk, it's like, oh, I just want to nap all the time. It's so exhausting to chase him around, but emotionally it's just as exhausting. So that's about all I had to say for today's video. If you guys want to check out my blog, I do have a few other blog posts that I have put up in the past that I kind of want to translate into videos too. So let me know if there's anything on there that you guys want to see here. I have, like, I know I've mentioned it before, like breastfeeding stuff and cloth diapering stuff and that kind of thing. So if you guys did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.